the Iranian sanctions as debilitating as we saw in Cuba, for example?
In many ways, no. First of all, the sanctions that have been quite debilitating have only been imposed on the country for the last couple of years. And already you are starting to see that that initial sting has started to wane off a bit, which is very typical. Sanctions tend to be very harsh in the beginning, and then after a while, workarounds are found and other ways to pursue trade is found. But in the case of Cuba, it's a bit different because the Cubans never really had a very strong economy to begin with. They didn't have natural resources and other things that the outside world was in dire need of, whereas the Iranians sit on a tremendous amount of oil as well as gas, which the world is in dire need of, and as a result, they're in a much stronger negotiating position.
How do you feel about sanctions on a country?
I'm personally very unfavorable towards the idea of sanctions, mainly because it tends to hit the weak and those in a society that actually have very little to do with the decision making of whatever policy it is that the sanctioning countries are trying to change. It is in essence collective punishment, particularly when it comes to countries such as Iran that are not true democracies, where the people have very limited ability to impact the policy. Moreover, there's not a lot of evidence for sanctions truly working, meaning not that they impose pain, that they can do, but that they can translate the pain into a shift in policy and a desired shift in policy. There's very little evidence for that. And the last point I would say about some of my hesitations about sanctions is that the way sanctions tend to work and really hurting the middle class is a very negative development when it comes to the prospects of democratization. By harming the middle class in developing countries, we're also harming their ability to move towards democracy.